Okay, so I've been live for like 3 minutes now, and I've just been talking to myself. Fantastic. Okay, as I was saying, oh shoot, I kind of lost my train of thought there. I was live for like 3 minutes, and I was just talking to myself. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, so I was saying Champions League Battle of the Italian Giants Part 2. Let's see who's going to join either Man City or Real Madrid in the final on this game. As we alluded to on the first game, on the aftermath, I don't really see AC Milan coming back from this game. We're going to get into the lineups, of course, but I don't really see AC Milan coming back into this game. Although I would have preferred a final where AC Milan were to face off against either Real Madrid or Man City. I just prefer AC Milan as a club. There's no knock towards Inter Milan, but Inter Milan played a much better brand of football last time. They played to their strengths. Something I said about Inter Milan is that I didn't really see this team having a very good attack. I didn't really see this team coming through and just um wowing the people watching, wowing the fans with their ability up front. But guess what? They got the job done in those chances where they were in the chances that they did get, they were clinical. Something me and the boy said was someone like Zeku up front. That guy is only good for hold up play and scoring scoring from corners. And that's what he did. That one corner he got, he put that chance to bed. Then they got a second goal, and I think that's the second goal. The second goal was what really did it for them and what sealed the deal. And it's a shame for AC Milan because I think they're a good team. It's just Inter Milan wanted them more in that first leg. They outplayed them, and in the Champions League semi-finals, it can never come down to things like that. It definitely didn't help that Rafael Leão wasn't playing, but I think people are adding a bit too much expectation and pressure on Leão to perform for a team that was complete garbage last leg on the first leg. AC Milan didn't do anything. I think they barely struggled. Not they barely struggled, but they really struggled to get a shot on target. They barely had a shot on target. I mean, shots on target. We can go back and look at the stats for these games if we want to, but AC Milan were awful. They didn't deserve to win that game at all. And it's like people telling me, "Oh, but Lyon is back in this game." What's one player going to do in a sport of 11? Like, do you not watch football? What's one player going to do in a sport of 11? So, it's very interesting to see now in the second leg what both teams are working with and, which team is actually going to go through for the next one. I think it's Inter Milan. I think the deal is pretty much sealed. But, this is the Champions League. AC Milan are a historic team in this competition. So I'm not going to completely count them out. But if I'm being completely honest, it's not looking good for them at all. So, yeah, that's kind of my take on it. My game. My score prediction, I'm gonna go for 1-0 victory for Inter Milan. I think that even if AC Milan had to come back in this game, it will still be a 2-1. It's going to be very hard for this AC Milan team, as we said, as I was saying before, a team that barely had any shots on target to come through in a second leg with this Inter Milan side who are probably most likely going to park the bus. But yeah, that's pretty much my take on it so far as we head towards this colossal Champions League draw. Oh, game's about to start. We'll see how things go. Again, let me know in the comments your score predictions. I've been talking about my score predictions for a bit. I was kind of live for like 5 minutes, but I forgot to press the live button. I was just talking to myself. Hopefully things are going well. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me just double check. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, let's go, guys. And then, of course, we have the game tomorrow, and the game tomorrow is the big deal because I generally believe that the team that comes out from tomorrow's game, the victor from that game, either City or Real Madrid, will go on to win the whole thing. I am not going to completely discredit Inter Milan because that's the team that I think that will go through. I think Inter Milan still have a chance to play the brand of football that they play, to go out there, completely park the bars, completely park the bars. But then at times, um, as we saw in the last leg, they can go out there and get their goal. This Inter Milan team, I would give them more of a chance if they had um if they had a good Lukaku in form playing for them. If Lukaku was in form, this Inter Milan team would be a lot more dangerous up front. But Zeko and Lautaro Martinez don't inspire that much confidence to me. Zeko did score in the last game, but if you watch the game, if you watch the goal that he scored, it was a goal that worked with a team that was poor. Lautaro Martinez, I've given up every type of hope on this guy. Fraud, as far as I'm concerned. The midfield of Inter, on the other hand, is very, very solid. You have these three guys starting, but then you also have the likes of Brozovic coming off the bench. The defense has been one of the best defenses in the Italian league, which already is notorious for having great defenses. This team is very, apart from the two attackers, I think this team is very, very good. That's why I'm not going to completely discount them for the final. Wiley, what are you saying, bro?
What's up, JVM? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not really
Uh,
excited. I can't say I'm excited for this game, but
I
Champions League,
can't
you gotta
I
do what you
can't
gotta
say
do.
can't say the same either because I was I saw the highlights from the game and not I couldn't say I was surprised, but I just felt disappointed how they fell apart right at the beginning and then they couldn't pick anything back up.
Exactly.
And I think that's really what messed them up. But I this is comebacks have happened before in this tournament, so never say never. Because I think if AC Milan want to even have a chance, they have Rafael Leao has to go out here and he has to play like a madman. Because I'm telling, one of the things that I think is going to be really successful is if they can get Rafael Leao into the what's the word before, get them into the back and just try and make some moves, because I think they have to score fast. They can't waste time. If they drag it out and they get too tired, I think that's going to delay them. And I think it's much harder with this environment because basically it's still technically their home, but it's an entirely different fan base. So I
Yeah.
think that was going to make it more difficult for them.
They need to score as soon as possible, and also the fact that their centre back, especially in Tomori and I was a Fiao
No.
or Theo, those two guys need to step up a lot because they got absolutely done last game by Zeko and Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, they did. I've seen the pictures and stuff from the game where they had all the, like you I don't know if you can see it, but they've got the Alasalto with the bandit cow. That's beautiful. I loved how they had it with like the red devil and stuff when Milan were at home. That was beautiful. What are they running? Oh no, Mastonia.
Who do you have for the game? What's your score prediction?
I think Inter's gonna win, and I think it's probably gonna be a three. I think 3-1. I think they're not gonna. I don't think AC Milan. AC Milan. I have to have hope, but in games like this, when you're down two, it's harder on the team, and to come back. And so for me, I think Inter will advance. Unfortunately, but like I said before, you never know in this tournament, so just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But I think the the 4-2-3-1 that they're running is very good. Getting Leao and Messias on the sides and then putting Giroud up at front is good. And I think it's good that they've got those four with the four in the back with Theo Tomori and Tia and Calabria. I think that's a good, because they need to put pressure on that. They need to defend more, because I think the biggest problem was once Inter got those corners and they got that opportunity to score, they just were able to break through that line, and they have to hold that defense, or they're not. Or Inter's just going to do what they did the last game and just run right through them. And I think there's pressure not only on the Milan but Inter too, because we've seen multiple situations where we think teams are going to just run through and then they crumble in the second leg. So Inter still have to play at 100%, and then they have to stop that attack, because I know Giroud and Leao, if they are on attack like they should be, they're going to have the bigger opportunities. But you know, you
And
never
that's
know. It's leg two, so wait. Like I said, wait and see.
and that's another thing that I was talking about was, or that I was going to get to. Giroud needs to really step up in this game because he was non-existent in the last game,
No, he
and
wasn't.
just offensively, AC Milan need to pick it up.
I didn't. Like I said, I was driving home from school, and so I didn't see it. But from what I heard from friends and others, same exact thing. He wasn't doing anything, and he has to. He has to play. He has to step up. If you're gonna be in this position, you have to play at a very serious level, because it's just you can't go out there and play half-hearted right now, because I think the problem was, from what I saw, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, it looked like he was, when AC Milan had chances, they were just like not even getting, once like they got in around the box, it just felt like it all crumbled, and it felt like it just felt like it was just one man out there trying to make the shot. Well, I felt like everything just crumbled. But like they'd get on the attack, and then I just felt like it crumbled.
Yeah, and they barely got any shots on target as well, so they were like really, really poor up front.
Mm-hmm.
So if they even have a chance coming back in this game, that is the things that we've just been saying, is offensively they need to really step up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another
What's your
foul.
what's your game on? What's the minute that your game's on?
134.
134. Okay.
Dumfries just got a foul, just pushed Tio down, so they just
Yeah.
gave him the ball.
That's what I'm at. That's what I'm at.
I honestly am just shocked with how they played. I just felt like, AC Milan were going to put more of a fight. But I felt like once
Yeah.
they just got scored on twice in that consecutively, I just felt like it went downhill, and I felt like they gave up.
It's like kind of died out. They completely gave up after that, which is a shame. In a Champions League draw, you never want
No,
something like that to happen.
no, and more, that's fair. I completely understand when you're in situations like that, you have to play. But I think the problem was, if they can't get discouraged if they make mistakes, because they have a whole game to play, and at that point, if they get down on themselves too much, I think it's going to cost them more than what was going on in the first leg. Because now
Yeah.
I feel like now it's do or die.
Oh, now it's definitely do or die. If they don't win this, they go
Yeah, it's
home.
definitely do or die. They don't win this thing. Oh,
Good
they
save.
blew it offside. They blew it offside. Mm.
Good
See,
save
it's
as
what I'm
well.
talking about. If they start going like this and going full speed, and AC Milan, like they weren't ready. And
Yeah.
if he had still been onside, they probably could have gotten another goal. If you
And
see, yeah, he was good header. Yeah,
and
they have to pick it up and stop letting them get this close,
and
because
what
it's
really
costing
surprised me
them.
in that position was Zeko was completely open inside the box. How is a striker of Zeko's ability, and what, especially knowing what he did last game, just all open inside the box like that?
Mm-hmm.
Tamori and what's his name, Mihao, Fihao
Mihal.
or Tihao.
Militao? You mean Mihal? Sorry.
These two need to really step up. Otherwise, they're going to get eaten alive again.
Mm-hmm. I just think it's been difficult for them, and I don't remember when they had the fans. You've
Yeah.
seen the videos of when the fans came, or like the ultras came, and they were like sort of like berating them. And I feel like that's because the problem is like if they're gonna pay that money to watch this and watch them play like this, then it should annoy them. But I think, ooh, that was.
No horrible
Ooh.
attempt, but
Mm.
not completely horrible.
I mean, Teal can throw it from shoot it from way deep. It was close.
Yeah, it was close. Like
It was
from
close.
how far,
It wasn't off like as far, but it was close.
yeah, from how far away he was, it was a distant chance.
Mm-hmm. I get the ball down to the.
If Tamori wins this challenge against Zeko today, I'm beginning to think who kind of stands in his way to start for England. Is because John Stones is definitely England's best centre back, but apart from that, it's just Tamori in that position that needs to be by his side.
That's fair.
Maybe Joe
I can.
Gomez if he was also inconsistent.
That's fair. I can sort of see that. I mean, I feel like it could go. I feel like it could go either way. I feel like both are great players. I mean, and I think, yeah, that probably could be a possibility if he wins these challenges. My,
Leon loses the ball dangerous position. Ugh,
they gotta stop making these dumb fouls. Like,
the
Raphael,
w-
what are you doing? Stop! Don't. He's gotta stop dragging on him like that, bro.
the one guy you're banking on to step through loses the ball like that. That's appalling. There's a lot of pressure on Leon in this game to step up through.
Yeah,
If
there
he
is. I think there's more pressure on Liao and Giroud to step up and be the star players for their team because if they do what they did the last game, like I said, and just not put in that effort, they're done, and they have to at least take the chances that they have off these um, balls because it's just costing them every time they're letting Inter get right in to that side because I think it's just making them making more mistakes and but, like I said, you got to if you made your formation 1-3-2-4 and you still have like where was the defense? If he had chipped that shot lower, that's a goal. And I mean AC Milan they have to just move the ball and they have to be able to just not like be sloppy with their passing
yeah
like that. Because I think if I feel like Inter, what they will do with this formation is they're gonna take if they can get possession, they're gonna try and push Dezeco and Martinez forward and just try to get them on the attack so they can squeeze through that fourth that defense wall and make opportunities to put pressure. But I mean, I don't know. I think Inter all they have to do is just play defensively, play calm, and they survive
yeah
because I
exactly.
don't
That's the
think they're
thing.
going.
All Inter need to do, no, sorry, the bare minimum that Inter need to do today is survive if they go through.
Yeah. Like they don't need to play crazy. They don't need to wear themselves out. Just play defense and just keep the ball on your side.
But Theo, they had enough space inside the box there. Leon the ball now. Leon, good one to you there. Tonali, bad pass. Giroud. Ah, good clearance there from Inter. Giroud did well to win the ball there, but that Inter defense is just on point all the time. Not a bad ball. Giroud still somehow wins it, puts it inside. If Tonali was bit quicker and he got to the ball, Inter could have been 1-0 up now. Tonali with the corner. And the game continues. Tonali wins it. Can he put a cross in? He does. It AC. Oh, what a save. What a save. Oh, Nana with one of the biggest saves of the competition so far. What a save.
My apologies. I just had to run and take care of something real quick. I just saw what happened with Tonali.
Bro, that was a crazy save.
Oh, a good save.
How do you not put that chance to bed? What was that shot? That was one of the weakest shots I've ever seen.
But still, good save from Onana.
Oh,
They got it like, and Albarella might be hurt.
the ref didn't call it though. He said play on. And they could have scored from that position. That's why all the Inter Milan players went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching this Tonali. Oh my gosh.
Tonali did well to get. If you only placed the ball slightly more to the right, that would have been a goal.
Yeah, that's one. Like, oh my god. Like I told you, they've got to make these chances count because the more mistakes you make, it's going to make it harder to come back and try to repeat those same plays that you made before. And I think that's been their biggest issue because I think it's good that it's good that Giroud's up there trying to put the pressure on, but I think Inter have to be careful because I feel like if they slip up, AC Milan's just going to play extremely aggressive. Oh, is it Jack?
Inter came through. Zeko,
Zeko.
good ball.
Oh!
Dumfries. What a save by Big. Oh, Mike.
Oh my god. What are they doing
Big
defensively?
Mike.
This is exactly what I said. Look, he has so much space, and
Bro,
what the only guy that was up there,
bro, these two defenders are taking the piss.
the only guy that was up there was freaking
Like,
Tamori.
and he wasn't even close to him or anything. Like, you
Yeah,
have to man mark Zeko. Like, what is going on?
I told you, Zeko, like I said, if they get the ball, I think they were going to push Zeko and Martinez forward to try and try to get an attack and put holes in their defense. And
Actually, to be fair, I'll say man mark. You can't really man mark when you're going up against two strikers. It's very hard to defend against. But they give him so much space, and Zeko is not a quick player, by any means. So the awareness in the game is just so bad.
hmm
Jesus Christ.
Like I said, stop being stupid. The more mistakes the more like that was. I would not. That was not a good challenge. That's
at
Amori.
all.
Granted, I understand you're trying to be aggressive given the situation, but you have to be more careful because if you get yellows, it's going to be harder for you to play as aggressive as you want. Okay, good move. And that's a foul. Yeah, I think there should have been a yellow too because he was dragging. Yeah, because he was dragging him. Yeah, that should have been a yellow.
AC need to step up, man. This is poor already. I know we're not even 20 minutes in, but it's just more of the same that we saw in
Yeah,
that
like I
first leg.
said, they had to score early and they had to play aggressive.
And they had such a good, that was such a good chance. Who missed it? Was it uh, was it Macias or Brahim Diaz?
Uh,
It
I don't
was
say the question again. You said
who missed that
say
shot?
the
Was it?
question.
It was Brahim Diaz. He was the one that missed that
It
chance.
was Diaz.
That was disgusting from him.
That should have been three.
Like, do you not want to win the game? Inside the box, he had all the space in the world. He had all the time in the
No,
world,
this is a corner for AC. They
and he
got,
still
like I
missed it.
said, you have to capitalize. No excuses. Make no mistakes. Come on. Wow.
Ball in.
Out.
Dzeko is not playing games. He if
Yeah,
Inter win,
Zeko's.
this guy's gonna have my MVP because this guy's been amazing both legs so
Yeah,
far.
but I'm being completely honest. Even I feel like if Inter play Man City or Madrid, it's not gonna go well because I feel like that they're not gonna be able to stop that Real Madrid front three, and it's just gonna run them down and exhaust them. But
Yeah,
that's future, but we don't know yet. So
and it's not only that; it's also the attack. The attack is so like the Deco's getting away with this against Tomori, and the other guy, uh, Miyak, or I keep forgetting his name, man. They're getting away with this because they're playing against weak defenders. You go up against Ruben Diaz and John Stones and the Kanji or Alaba and Rudiger. You won't have the same liberties. Your midfield's going to get overrun by De Bruyne or Modric either way, and then offensively they're going to struggle. They're going to breathe
mhm.
the living life out of you. So Inter or AC, whichever
Oh,
team
good
they're
move.
done in the final,
God, y'all gotta make better moves with those crosses.
they're done in the final, and these two games have not helped at all to convince the fans.
Mm. No, that's not. They're giving them advantage. That's a foul on DiMarco. They got to start moving. They're about to hit the 20th minute, and I felt like the only thing AC Milan has done is gotten that one shot, and outside of that, it's been just the half of the game has been played in the midfield, and I think the longer you wait, it's going to be harder for them to be able to create those chances later. It's just not for me. It's not looking good right now for AC Milan.
And, and the guy that they've been banking their whole thingy on, has been very quiet in Lyon. Very, very quiet. But I don't blame him, man. If the
Yeah,
ball's
he's
not
gotten
coming to,
every ball that he's been given in the midfield, and Inter have just been right there to snuff it out. See, and here comes
counter,
DiMarco.
counter,
Nope,
the ball went out. The ball went out. The ball went out, which is a
yeah,
shame.
it went out. It went out way before.
He kept going. If
He
Trust wasn't going to
he
call
tried
it,
to push it out to make it look like it wasn't, but it was out when he touched it.
Charlie, good ball.
Yeah, see, you gotta capitalize.
Bro,
The
simple
more
passes like this and they just miss. Like,
they're
what is
missing
wrong
the
with this team?
opportunities that's costing them. And like I said before, what I think cost them, especially in the first leg, you go down 2-0 and then you were playing. I felt like before the goals, they were playing great. They had a good move. They were moving the ball. They were playing well. And then as soon as it hit, it's like they just collapsed and gave up
Yeah,
and just acted like they were trying to survive the round. But I think
Charlie in the ball.
Tonali's.
Yeah, you think?
That's what I feel. Ooh, good move, Rafael. Come on, Rafael. Oh, y'all gotta move. Oh my gosh, y'all literally have to stop this.
Bro,
And
they're
that's a
getting
foul.
done by Lautaro. Like,
Yeah,
done.
Lautaro literally went through two of them and then he just broke away. Like, where is the defending? Because it's like, look at this. Just went through went through Tonali, and just ran right forward. And the only reason why he got stopped is because Tonali had the foul to get him to stop.
Inter aren't even trying that hard because they don't
Yeah,
have
they're
to. They
not. And that's what I said. They don't have to try. They just got to play defensively and smooth it out. Granted, they can score one goal and, they'll be fine. But that's all they have to do. Come on. They can
they
just
did
play the game out smoothly and not burn up
they
because they
did
know
all
they have cushion with
they
where
did
they're
all
at right now.
they did all the hard work in the last game. And now it's just time to cruise through. That's pretty much all
Exactly.
that it
That's
all that
that's
is.
all they gotta do. But you see, Giroud is playing extremely aggressive, which is good. Leao is trying to create opportunities. I think Tonali's being very aggressive at stopping the Inter attack,
Yeah.
and so I think they're at least I feel like they're trying, but they have to stop making these simple mistakes when they have the ball, because I feel like I think simple mistakes, especially right now, are going to cost you.
Inter's got space. Barella.
Oh,
Good ball. Failed there. Good two blocks. Zeko. Inter
Makayesh.
Milan as well. They keep
McCarran.
playing.
Yo,
If Inter
that
Milan
should have
score
been. Sorry, go ahead.
if Inter Milan score a goal right now, it's like I think it's over already. It was over after last Wednesday, but if they score a goal right now, AC Milan might as well
If they
just walk out
score a
the
goal in
pitch.
this first half, it's pretty much done.
Yeah, there's no way they're
Because
coming back from that. They're not scoring
I
4 goals in the
mean,
second half.
yeah, it's just they. It's good that they're trying to at least like seal it, but dang, I keep forgetting Mkhitaryan is 34 and Zajago is 37. Those guys are old,
Hmm.
and they're outworking guys like half their age. And there goes DeMarco. Oh.
This is what
I'm
Inter's gonna
surprised there
do.
hasn't been. I'm surprised there
This is
hasn't
what
been a yellow
Inter.
yet.
Yeah, to be fair, but this is
Because
what
I
Inter's
think
gonna do.
that should have been a yellow.
And that's definitely yellow. But this is what Inter's gonna do for the whole game. They're gonna get these moments in the game where they can waste a bit of time, like DeMarco just did. Like there's no way that hard that much. Like DeMarco, get off the floor. Like, he's gonna
Yeah.
roll on the floor, waste as much time as he can, and you can't really blame them for that because they're playing the long game. They're playing the smart game. They,
Yeah,
they,
they're
the,
trying
the
to play
pressure
it
is
safe.
not on them. The pressure is on the other bums that
Good
couldn't do
move.
it last time.
Good move by Dumfries.
1-2,
Ooh,
Dumfries, he's got space. Martinez, good
good
finish.
stop by Cal.
I see if you are.
This is where it bit them in the last game.
Yeah,
The corner. So they have to. You see, they're not even trying to like go super fast. They're just taking time, trying to burn out the clock because there's nothing that they've got left. They've got nothing that they have, like you said. They've got nothing that they have pressure wise. Oh, fake DeMarco
who does that? The Marco again.
tried to. Think he
And
tried
this
to
is the other
fake him
side.
out, thinking they were gonna go trying to hit it close, and so they could get the space, which is a good move. But I think the way they're playing, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get that third goal and put it on ice because then, like, even though now they're playing extremely slow, but I think what they're trying to do is get that third goal and put it on ice so they can rest people for the final. Well, and I know they still got games coming up, but
Hmm.
I feel like you can see from what I see, they're not really pushing it as much. And Martinez ball goes.
Nothing. That
Yeah,
was a very
nothing.
poor
See,
cross.
and he gives it to Rakayan. Yeah, like you see from the possession, Milan's had more possession of the ball
Yeah,
than Inter, and I think they've just been sloppy.
Yusuf, Derby Yusuf. It's like all the possession they've kept so far is what I like to call empty possession. Yes, you do have the ball, but you're not creating anything with the ball. Again, they've had that one chance where Diaz just
Where yeah,
completely wasted it.
that
Like
should have been a goal. There is no excuse for missing that, especially with the space that you had. That should have been at least a goal.
easily
Because
the
I
worst
think
player on the
that
pitch right now. Easily. Corner there. Sorry, not corner, free kick.
a free kick, fake it out, Tonali, come on, get to it, yeah. And I think Leao looks okay. I think he's letting the game come to him.
But yeah, this is what we were talking about last week about all these I was saying I don't know about you guys, but people were cutting on Leon too much. It's like there's not much that you can do when a team plays this poor.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
Leon is a great player, but as bad as this team is, for example, with PSG, they had Mbappe and Messi in that team, and but it's not enough. Even the best player of all time, and arguably the best player in the world for some people, um, even those two weren't enough to overcome how poor that PSG team is.
Yeah, and what I think was the biggest problem for PSG is I think Mbappe was given multiple chances and they could not capitalize on anything. It was just you give him the ball in the best position and it collapsed. And then it made it for me even worse that they lost to that Bayern team, who then the next week got absolutely smothered by Man City. And it
Yeah,
just to me it was like so then for me I kind of had to sit there and think. So granted, if they were playing this poorly against this, it just made me feel like that the team wasn't in any way. They weren't like connecting very well.
Yeah. And then Jod Doyle saying, "I've got to say, both of these Milan teams are bang average. Neither team should be nowhere near Champions League semi-final. Yeah, this is probably easily the worst Champions League semi-final I've ever watched. Both
Yeah,
legs.
that's not a bad point to say. Plus, we already know the winner of the Man City Real Madrid game. Winner that's winning this whole thing. Because I don't see any way, regardless if AC Milan come back or if Inter hold this lead, I see no way Inter stopping that team,
Yeah,
regardless of who they play. Because I feel like what's gonna happen is Man City. I feel like Holland's gonna be play way more contribution into that game than he was in these, and he's just going to run through that whole middle and just start doing what he did against Leipzig and just start scoring like crazy regardless of who plays. For me it's interesting because I thought, the the Napoli one, when Napoli got out, I was like, okay, because I didn't think Beneficio were going to make it. I didn't think Napoli was going to make it. So I had assumed AC and Inter were going to make it. But then you think about it now, it's like, yeah, it's like John said. He said so. It's supposed to be the most high level, prestigious football club competition. It's not a good look for these teams reaching a semifinal. I wouldn't say they're poor. I think Inter and AC are both very good squads. I don't think it's poor. I think what's going on is just, AC Milan have just been playing very sloppy, and Inter have been capitalizing more. Ooh. Dumfries. Did Tio just kick Dumfries?
I don't know if it was on purpose.
I know. I'm not saying it was on purpose. I don't think he would have done it on purpose, but it looked like he was trying to go up for the ball. Let me see. Ooh. Yeah, he was trying to go up for the ball, and his
Right on the face. Damn.
Ooh, that is gonna hurt. Look at this. Oh, it's like looked like he was trying to curb stomp the man. I think he got him right on the back of the head.
Well, I personally think that Liverpool, who have had an awful season this season, would be both of these teams right on the head
Oh,
again. Even a team like Inter Milan struggled against Benfica on the second leg. Benfica
Mhm.
nearly came back in that game. So,
Yeah, and then I think, even with Liverpool. No, I'm talking to somebody.
these teams are so mid, so mid.
It's just, I think next year, regardless of if you look at the clubs that are in the top four, I think the tournament next year will be a lot more interesting because I think the problem is PSG played poorly, Bayern played sloppily, and I knew they weren't going to beat Man City, but they should have. I feel like this whole tournament, since the first round of like the round of 16, there have been close games, and then there have been just complete blowouts.
Yeah.
And it just has not made it as entertaining as it should be. I'm not saying that it has to be like extremely close every time. I just think if teams are getting blown out like every other game in the series and like a tournament where it's the best clubs in Europe, then it's not really as fun at least for the spectator, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Chelsea also beat AC Milan twice in the
That's
group
right. They
stage.
did beat them twice. And that's what's crazy to me. Because I thought in the draw, if Chelsea got AC Milan in the draw, they would have wiped them out of the tournament. They would not have
And
gotten this far.
and that's without, adding the point of how awful Chelsea have been all season.
Yeah.
Look at how bad Chelsea. Yeah, exactly what I just said. all the strong teams were put on one side of the draw, and all the weak teams were on the other half. And it
That's
begs the
what I
question.
said. That's what
And
I said. I was
yeah,
saying to people, I felt like all the big teams and all the clubs that had the best players were on one side, and then on the right we got, Benfica and Inter and then Ace. And I was just like,
imagine if instead
it,
of one of
it,
these teams we had like Real Madrid or not just one of them.
It should have
If it
been.
was Real
It should have
Madrid
been
or Bayern
Napoli
on this
coasting
side.
to the final.
Sorry.
It should have been Napoli coasting to the final, but they bottled
Yeah.
it. No,
Yeah,
City
Napoli
used to get easy
bottled it,
I
draws.
don't
and
know how Napoli lost to this AC Milan team. This team is
yeah,
awful.
you win the Scudetto and you can't beat AC Milan in this tournament. That just blows my mind.
That's why we all gave AC Milan the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and I chose AC Milan at the beginning because I was like, I don't know, but I think they're gonna come out and play very extremely tough. And now for me, it's just like, yeah, it just looks like they don't care. It's just I feel like they're just playing to play, and there's no passion. And it's difficult to say, and I know that's kind of ludicrous to say, but I just feel like right now they're not. They're getting the ball, they're making poor up chances. Then when they get into scoring opportunity, like the one shot they've had, it was you should have made that, and you just completely screwed that up. But I just feel like if they don't score at least something in this first half, they're not going to be able to pull off a big comeback. At least that's from what I see, but I could be completely.
Leon the ball, he's got space. Leon as well. Like for you to be the guy that the fans were banking all their hopes on, the players on your team were hoping you came back. Like this guy's been average. Like this was the guy you guys were praying for. I just can't remember the Champions League final I seen. That was as I said. This is the worst Champions League semi-final game I've ever watched in my life. The worst, and it's a shame really because you're talking about two Italian giants, two of the best teams, and two of the most historic teams in Italy, but this football display in the last two games just not been it. All respect to Giroud, but he's your main. All respect to Giroud, but if he's your main striker, you've got issues. Yeah.
Facts.
One thing is Giroud playing with the likes of Mbappe, Griezmann, Pogba. With him, another thing is Giroud being the main guy.
Yeah,
That's a bit iffy.
what's more iffy is for me Lukaku on bench. That's wild to me. So I felt like if you had Lukaku in the game right now and you had him get the ball, he would have gotten something going. Oh, here we go. Come on, Leo. Come on, Leo.
This Inter team would. I'll give this team a lot more
Oh
credit.
my days!
He needs more
Did you
chances.
see it?
He needs. Yeah.
Did you see
he needs
it?
more chances.
You just saw it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the chance. Like I said before, you cannot keep making these sloppy mistakes. That's a goal. In any other situation, that's a goal. You shouldn't miss this with
Not in this game.
not in this
Not in
game,
this
and with
game.
the talent of Leao. Leao can't make misses like this. Oh my gosh. Come on, dude.
This is not a game to bottle it.
I'm gonna say this Man City Madrid game tomorrow better be entertaining, or I'm going to be very disappointed if Madrid get blown out.
Pause.
Pause. Thank you, but I don't. Like I said, I don't see that. I don't see that happening. But
Yeah. I was
This
trying
is
to
just
play it. I was trying to play in my head like maybe if they sit back for the whole game, then maybe if they get a chance. But it's like
but I feel like this is where the
look at
game, because I felt like the games where Holland hasn't really done anything, he's come back the next game and just absolutely dominated.
yeah. And it's not even
And I
just that.
think
It's
this
just
could be another game where Holland's gonna come out and just dominate.
again. I'm still not big on this Inter attack, they've only been able to, you know, kind of do something
Oh!
because of how bad this defense has been. What a save. What a save.
Oh!
Big Mike, what a save.
Bro, that was a save of anything else.
Shinalgu can whip them bulls, man.
Yes, he can. And that's what makes him so impressive.
Zeko is so good at playing with his back to goal. But that's about it with his game.
Yeah, they're showing the goal again. This is if he made it in a big if he misjudged that, it's over.
Yeah.
That's impressive from Manyan. And
Great timing as well. That's a great save. There it is.
ooh,
Away.
bro, Inter has had so many opportunities, and
Yeah.
that's for Martinez, for the caliber of player it is. That should have been a goal.
This team keeps
And
messing around. They keep playing about.
yeah, more mistakes they're making, and even though they got a cushion, they have to. If they're getting these opportunities this easy, I feel like it's kind of weird that they're not making the capitalizing on what they've got.
That's actually a good way to put it. They've got a nice, good cushion. That nice lead they got in the first leg. But just banking on that alone, like score another goal and really put the game to bed.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if they score another goal, it's probably over. But I said, what I was saying is I think they're trying to not play. They're not playing aggressive, and I think they're playing more defensive ball. But when they're getting opportunities, they're trying to make them to seal it away because I feel like they don't have to do much to be able to. It's like anything unless they like completely fall apart and they let Milan score two, AC Milan score two right off the bat. They're in a good place.
Yeah, they're in a great place right now. Inzaghi, the cup manager. That's what his nickname is. This man keeps getting himself through this. Oh, okay. What do AC Milan need to do to now try and come through? Because I'm thinking the one thing that they could have done was to, you know, somehow, some way get the boy Rafael Leon to play. He is playing, but it's not really making a difference, is it?
I feel like the only person that's really been like getting opportunities is Leao with that one goal. Other than that, I feel like they get into the areas around the box and then they're sloppy and then they keep making big mistakes. And I think that's affecting them. So in the second half, if you want any chance, you have to score. You have to at least score within like the first 10 minutes, if I'm being generous. Because if you, like I've been saying, the longer you wait, you're going to get more tired, and then it makes it more difficult for them to score. And I think it's just costing them, especially if you look at it right now, because Milan is, you see, and they're playing aggressive, but then they just become extremely sloppy, and that costs them horribly. And it's just frustrating because I think AC Milan is better than this.
Yeah, they shouldn't be better than this. They beat the reigning Italian champions in like a convincing manner, but I guess Inter was just a bad matchup for them. Looking at how defensively they are and how organized the midfield is as well. Which is a shame, really. You know, you just want a team to do a little bit better than this. Tomori away, he does it.
And here they go. 3 minutes of stoppage time.
And the first half is already nearly over. I've never even realized that. This game has just been
Yeah,
so
it's
boring.
gone by fast because,
It's
see,
nothing to
look at
look forward
Inter. They're
to.
not even doing anything. They're just like waiting.
Inter won. Like after the game yesterday, they won.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's stop making these. All right. It's half on my screen. I'll be right back, okay?
What?
We'll be right back.
Yeah, in a bit, bro.
You see, it's already at half time.
Am I 2 minutes behind?
Yeah, I'm on like 132 of added time.
Yeah, it's not finished yet.
This
Alright,
guy's
cool.
like in the stadium or something. I don't know, man. How was your day?
My day's been good. I was actually looking forward to this game. I thought I didn't think AC Milan were going to win, but at least I thought at least it was going to be an entertaining game. But this is poor football. But how about yourself? You have a good day, bro.
Yeah, my day's been alright. To be honest, we might as well just do a watch along for the championship playoff.
I'm telling no, that game would be way more interesting than this.
Yeah,
Quality
Luton
football
Town are
would be
2-0
way
up
better
and
than this. This is awful football.
I think this is worse than the 2019 Champions League final.
Yeah, this semi-final is easily the worst Champions League game I've watched in a knockout stage. Not even just semi-finals, in a knockout stage in general. This is disgusting.
What are your thoughts on like Giroud
Uh,
as a player?
as a player, I don't think Giroud is that bad. I just think that he is in a team at the minute. One, I do think that Giroud has gone down a step or two, but also he is in a team that don't really play to his strengths. Giroud can play as a target man, but when the people creating for him are the likes of Brahim Diaz and Junior Messias, it's not really good. Like Giroud got that chance at the beginning of the game inside the box where he got the header. He managed to play back free. No one was there to try and get the second ball. And then they had that chance where Brahim Diaz completely missed that chance. He just let Onana save it. So I think Giroud excels when he's playing with players that are creative, like for France. Of course that's like the best of the best of football players, but when he was playing with Mbappe and Pogba, he really excelled in that position. He barely. How many goals did he score in that World Cup? Like 1 goal, 2 goals.
In
But he's
2018,
yeah,
he didn't score any. He didn't have a shot on target.
yeah, exactly. Maybe he even had 0 goals. That's what I was thinking. It's like you look at Giroud's performance and you would say that necessarily he had a bad game. But example, last year he stepped up for AC Milan to score. I think that this performance comes down a lot more to how poor the team have played than to like necessarily blame Giroud. How about you? What do you think of Olivier?
But I've got to leave to eat. Then I'll be back in the second half.
Cool.
Sorry if that happened. Might make combo, but discuss it later.
It's cool. It's cool. No worries. But yeah, that's the game so far. A very mid game. We're gonna, I think I'll give a break for 2 minutes and then we're gonna carry on with the stream. Okay, so if you had to talk about the chances for this team going forward, what do you give AC Milan out of 10 a chance to come back into the game?
Say that again. You kind of were fading in and out.
If you could give Inter a rating of out of 10 of how likely they are to come back in the game, what would you give them?
Like 1 is in the lowest, 10 is in the highest.
Yeah.
I'd say like a 4. I'd say 5. I'm in the middle. They're not out of it yet, and but I think I'm not extremely confident because of just the way they've been playing. It's just been I felt like it's been extremely sloppy, and I think there are opportunities that they should have capitalized on.
Yeah.
And I'm not confident, but there have been crazier comebacks in the Champions League from larger deficits that we've seen before. So you can never really say it's over because, I don't know, this crazy example, but 4-0 Barcelona, Liverpool, We didn't think, no one thought we were coming back from that, and I think we scored a good majority of those goals in the second half. So, you know, I think it's just, if AC Milan even want to have a shot, they got to go out and score before, I think, the 60th minute, because I think after that, I think it's just not, they're not going to be able to do anything with just from what I've seen. It just looks like they're playing extremely sloppily. They're not doing anything with the ball. They're giving Inter too many chances to push on the attack. And like the shots they've had, the Tonali pass, that should have been a goal.
Yeah.
Out of, and then the Leao shot. I don't really think there's much you can say about that, but it just, the Magnan save that saved AC from. If Magnan hadn't had that save, I think we would be more kind of talking about tomorrow, because this
Yeah.
would probably be done. But right now it's not looking good, because I feel like they're going to start running out of steam soon, and if that happens, it's not going to end well.
That's not a bad take at all. And I think actually you're being quite generous. A 5 is very generous. I'll give them a 2 out of 10 because they are playing poor. And the two stand-up players that are meant to be coming through for them have been very, very quiet so far, which is truly a shame. And defensively,
Right.
Tomori, like I believe that Inter are cruising through the game right now. I don't think they've even hit second gear right now. So even if some way somehow AC Milan do score, if Inter turn it on, those two centre backs, uh, Tiao and Tomori won't be able to cope with what Zeko and Martinez have been able to do to them so far.
Yeah,
The fact that
that's
they're playing
kind of
with two
why I.
strikers, the fact that they're playing with two strikers, those two players are really struggling. They're very inexperienced. It's just they just exude inexperience in these type of games.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I said I gave them a 5, because I want to hold out hope that they're gonna come out into this next half and start getting more aggressive and taking more shots on goal, and trying to at least get put Inter on the get Inter on the run. But
Yeah,
the way they've been playing, in my eyes, is just not looking like that's a possibility. But I'm trying to just be positive and hold out hope that they're gonna do something,
facts.
because right now it's just not looking like they're playing as well as they should, or at least at the caliber that I know they can play at.
It's as they say, it's the hope that kills you. And at the minute, having hope in a team that's because I like AC Milan. If I had to pick a team in Italian football, it'd definitely be AC Milan. That's the team that I root for in the Italian league. But
Me too.
I, the my hope for them is really like dying down because the football that's in front of me, that's in front of my eyes, does not really look good
Hmm.
at all.
And I think, actually, since move away from this a little bit, I wanted to talk just a little bit about this weekend. I am so disappointed in Arsenal,
Yeah,
because I defended them with all my soul, because I said I didn't want Man City to win a treble, and that was my main reason. It was like, I think Arsenal's gonna fight. And watching that Brighton game, I felt like it after they got that first goal, it's like the soul got taken away.
yeah.
It felt like they just died out. And then the second goal, and I thought this was like a joke. I was like, there's no way they're going to actually blow this to Brighton.
And it's like
And then the third
the
goal,
two the last two goals coming out of nowhere. Like Arsenal, if you've been on top for 32 games, if you're gonna go out, at least go out with some dignity. Like this is disgusting. What's going on with that team?
And I think,
um,
yeah, sorry about that. I think, um, it just for me was disappointing that was the way it had to go out because I wanted to hope that they were gonna fight, and now all Man City has to do is win next week and it's over.
yeah, like all they have to do
And
is beat. Is it beat Chelsea or the next weekend?
beat
I think it's Chelsea.
Chelsea and you win. And if Arsenal lose, I think it's over. Or if Arsenal win and Man City lose, it goes into the final day.
Okay.
But I think it's since there's so far of a gap, I think it's most likely over.
Yeah.
But
It's
you know,
last weekend. Yeah, last weekend is the end of the Premier League.
yeah, not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, the 28th is the last day, and then
36, 7, 38. But City still have like another game in hand, which is which is not looking good for
mhm.
Arsenal. Man U still have 3 games as well. Liverpool have 2 games. Most teams have 2 games. Just a few have. Brighton have 4 games in hand, which is not good for Liverpool. But again, are Brighton really going to win all of those 4 games? That's where the question is begged. That's what the question is asked. But yeah, game's about to start again soon, and we'll see really what AC Milan are made that off in the second half. Can they? I won't even say can they come back in this game. All I'm asking for is for a fighting effort, as fighting last ditch effort. If you're gonna go out swinging. Don't go outside like they've been so far. Match day 38 on the 28th. 28th of May. That's last game of the Premier League next weekend, which is interesting. It's like, something we waited all summer for, something we've been following all year, and it's done by next weekend. Every single game at 4:30. Very interesting. Very interesting to see what goes down in the final match day. But yeah, we'll be back once the second half begins. Here we go. Second half is about to begin in a few minutes. As we get ready, let's just go through each team's bench and see who they can bring on in the second half to try and make a difference. Start with Inter Milan. They've got Brozovic, who's already on. Perfect decision. You take out Mkhitaryan, who's more of an offensive type player. You bring in Brozovic, who is one of the best CDMs in Europe so far this season, and he's been one of the best CDMs in Europe. And you bring him in, and you just try and do more of the same that you were doing, just end the game. You've got Brozovic, who's already on. You have Alex Cordaz, Handanovic. No, come on, Gonzalez, the Ambrosi, the Virgil, uh, Cagliardi, Belanova, Aslini, Stankovic, Correa, and Lukaku. So even if you somehow go down or concede goal, you still have Correa and Lukaku to come off the bench. Brozovic is on as well to try and be that conductor in the midfield to regain to give Inter full control of the game again. You've got on the AC Milan side, Mirante and Nava, who probably not going to come on. Then you've got Torre, Florenzi, Kalulu, and Gabia, Kajer, uh, Pobega, Ketelere, Salmarix, Rebic, and Origi. Not really a bench that inspires much confidence. Maybe you bring on Origi with his, Champions League history. But if I don't think even an Origi miracle right now brings this Inter team, this AC Milan team back. Oh, sorry. Now their task just becomes a lot harder. They have less time. They've got 45 minutes to somehow, some way, try and put 3 goals past this Inter team. There it is, switch. Good job away. Onana, and that's really the role that Brozovic is going to play now in the second half. That conductor role, trying to make sure Inter Milan keep control of the ball and then be that defensive anchor in the midfield that they also need. So he's just really gonna do more of the same, just shielding that back forward. The similar job to what he's been doing for the past 3 years, really. DeMarco plays it back. These two fullbacks, DeMarco and Dumfries, are they've not been anything crazy, but they've done very well at adding defensive stability to the team on the defensive end. And then, Brozovic is nice. Good pass there. Defensive stability on the defensive end, and then that dynamism that this Inter team desperately need when going forward, because just having Lautaro Martinez and Dzeko, especially Dzeko, on your attack doesn't really scream much dynamism, does it? Throw into AC. Can AC Milan make something happen now? That's the big question. At least, if you're not going to win the game, at least come back with a goal. Champions League semi-final, the semi-final of the best teams in Europe. Have some pride in yourselves. What is that ball from Lyon, man? That's disgusting. They come again. Well played. Messias. Ball in. Bad pass. And this is for Mars. There, he's crossed the ball, but was it a good cross? No. Horrible cross. That wasn't a cross to an area. That wasn't a cross to a person. That was just a pass into the box. That's what that was. Play it. Can they win it back? They don't. Dumfries on the attack. Good clearance there by AC Milan. Inter Milan, they're not stopping. They're playing the pressure. They are up. They've got a nice comfortable lead in this leg so far, but they do not stop the pressure. That's what you want to do. Do not want Inter. Sorry, you do not want AC Milan to some way somehow grow into the game. You want to keep them at bay. One of the ways you do that is by stopping them from coming into your midfield. Keep them in their own half. Add the pressure. Even if you're not going all out, just the added pressure to AC Milan goes a long way. You cannot. And the last thing Inter need right now is an AC Milan team that have an ounce of belief that they can do it. Because all it takes is one goal at the start to, sorry, got a call in from work and had to run. We'll try to stay longer for Man City Madrid tomorrow. Don't worry, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Everyone follow my guy and leave like on the stream, por favor. W. Wiley. W. Wiley. How do I make Wiley a moderator? Oh, shoot. I think it's in the YouTube comments. I'll do it after. Okay. What happened to Sonali? Did he step on him? Now, AC with the ball. Oh, Mkhitaryan. Yeah, Mkhitaryan came off. Not Shanaglu. Yeah, good option. Good decision there. You got on the ball. Back to Nana. Sorry, to Big Mike. Lays it off the tail. Inter just playing very good defense. There's so no marking. They're stopping them. They're stopping them all in areas, all in key areas, and then as soon as they get closer to their half, they come out and it's like Darmian just did. As soon as you try and come close to our area or to our half, we'll come out and press you properly. You can pass the ball between your centre backs that does not affect us, but even then, they're still applying pressure in very good tactical areas. Zaku and Lato are splitting the centre backs very well. When one goes to mark the other, the other one covers. Just very simple one-on-one football pressing strategies, but they are very effective in this game in a team like AC Milan that are desperate to get out, and you've not been able to so far. And again, the addition of Brozovic into the second half is perfect from Inzaghi. You know that you need a player like Brozovic. You need the conductor. You need someone who's good on the ball, who can progress play, who can distribute, and then who's also defensively sound. That's what you need. Oh, going outside, this team is. Bastoni throwing. Jack crosses the ball. Tonali's there. Tonali on the ball. Good ball. Man, look, this game is Jesus Christ, what an awful football game we have. We're having this displeasure to watch. Hopefully, the game tomorrow makes justice on all of this, and is way more entertaining. Deco tried to cross it, but poor ball there. Big Mike on the ball. Can he play along? He does. Yo, AC Milan. Oh my god. The worst. Of course, I can't say the worst because I've not watched every single um Champions League semi-final matchup, and to analyze every performance. But Jesus Christ, this is poor. For modern history, from what I've watched so far, and I've been watching the Champions League religiously, especially the semi-finals since 2013. So yeah, that's like 10 years of me watching Champions League football. This is disgusting. Bull in, nothing. And I've been streaming these games for the past year. Ah, it is bad. Big Mike, bull away. I don't know what the hell Tomori was doing. Really, the thing, this image speaks volumes of what this matchup between Tomori and Zeko has been a complete mismatch. Tomori is an okay defender. He isn't obviously necessarily a. He can be a good defender at times. I just think he's being again. He's having a nightmare mismatch or mismatch nightmare going up again. Going up against a guy like Zeko who's so monster. Here they come. Here comes Inter. Zeko on the ball. Loses the ball. Ah, this game. Oh my days. I keep saying the same thing, but jeez, this is hard to watch. I'm thinking of all the changes that AC Milan can make to the team at the moment, and it's like even looking at the bench is poor. I'm looking at Zlatan, but it's like, what am I even thinking about Zlatan? Zlatan is 14 something, comes into this game. What real big difference is he going to make? Maybe you can bring in Origi. I don't know why Finger is still playing Giroud. I think Giroud's given everything that he could have probably given. Maybe a Rebic. And then a mid in terms of midfielders and wingers, it's all mid at best. Very, very mid team. AC Milan need to go to this transfer market and actually do some proper signings. Because this team is, oh, jeez, it's bad. Little to no depth at all. It's shocking. My kind on the ball. And thing is not feeling well was the Tihao or Mihao. Fiao or Tiao. He's not feeling better at all. It looks like he will be coming off. And now my game kind of. Ooh, but here they come. Ball back to Tiao. Can he switch? He does switch. Tomori, he's got a bit of space now. Yo, Tomori's looked awful. He's bringing in Kalulu. These guys have even made Darmian look good. Tell you what, let's see. Yo, these guys need to be replaced. Brahim Diaz needs to be replaced, and Macias needs to be replaced as well. These guys have not added anything to this team. Oh, what's that? Whew. And here comes Lukaku for the last 30 or 20 minutes or so of the game. It's not looking good for AC Milan. You know, now they're going to add in a striker that's way more dynamic, that's still 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 brings over a lot of the good things that Zeko's added. Lukaku's good on the build-up play. He he adds a lot of the things. Sorry, he adds a lot of the things that Zeko added to the game. Just also a lot more that dynamic, a lot more dynamism to his game. Here comes Lukaku. Pull out. AC on the build up, and nothing happens. Brahim Diaz plays it straight away. AC Milan on the counter now. Can they make something happen? Theo Hernandez lays the ball off. Tomori. Ball out and switched, but nothing so far. Here they come. This team is just really appalling. In so many words that you have to describe this game, and the both teams, AC Milan is an appalling team. Disappointment, to say the least. Messias. Good ball to Leon. Good turn from Leon. He's got space. Takes into the box. Leon crosses it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. 7 Inter Milan players inside the box. There it is. Throw in. Pull out Theo Hernandez. So they come on the other side. Messias is open. He makes the run. Too many players on the Inter side inside their own box. Puck in the bars. Leon, you have to make those. Either header with conviction or lay off your teammate properly. What was Leon doing? He didn't do anything. Disgusting, man. Header with conviction, or at least lay your teammate properly. Well played. He's got space. Turns it around. Macias. Is it off to Leon? Leon's got space. Ball pass from Leon. Here comes Lukaku. And here's the thing that Lukaku adds that Dzeko was not adding, that pace, that ability to take a player on. Dzeko couldn't add that to the team. And that's why it's even worse now for AC Milan. You couldn't defend against Dzeko. It's going to be a lot harder to defend now against Lukaku. We all know Lukaku had his dip in form. We all know how bad he was for Belgium in the World Cup, but Lukaku is still a threat up front at the bare minimum. Lost 20 minutes. Giroud coming off. Who's coming on for him? He's not coming off. He's changing t-shirt. T-shirt, sorry. What was that for? Was there blood on his t-shirt? What happened? Okay. Last 20 minutes of the game. Can AC Milan do something here? At least get one goal back to make this game, at the bare minimum, interesting. Because Lukaku now on the ball for Champions League semi-final game. This has been lackluster. Good 1-2. Barella tried to play up the back heel, but couldn't do it. Now Tonali on the ball. Can he play correctly? He lays it off. Poor pass from Tonali. That was an easy pass, Tonali. This team, man. This AC Milan side, so poor. Here they come. AC Milan try and get the ball back, but they don't. Lukaku on the ball now. Outside the box, Lukaku. Let's it off to Lautaro. Lautaro to Lukaku. Back to Lautaro. Can he shoot? And this leg is over. Over with. It was already over with, but with this goal, man, I feel sorry for the AC Milan fans. This is disgusting. It is disgusting what's going on at the minute. How this team, I've just been poor for the whole time, for the whole entire time. Oh my days! What an awful game.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You're all good, bro. This final goal from Lautaro. This assist from Lukaku.
You hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you, boy. You okay?
Yeah. Where's your game up to?
Lautaro just scored.
Oh, yeah. I just want to make sure you saw the goal. Yeah.
Poor football, mate. Poor football to the least.
Apart from that, is anything else? Because I just turned it on just before this goal.
Bro,
Did anything happen between then and half time?
It's literally been so dead, like so quiet for the past 20 minutes. It's insane. Like they've just had like this little bit of play, but Lukaku was kind of messing around inside the box, and then he laid it off to Lautaro Martinez. Martinez gave to Lukaku gave to Martinez gave it to Lukaku gave it to Martinez, and then Martinez scored. Like the defending in this team has been very, very poor.
I'm putting on the Sunderland Luton match in the background.
Yeah, bro. Put the champion. We might switch it off the championship game because this is poor. That championship game is better than this, man. Luton Town is winning. I wanted
Yeah,
Sunderland.
they're up 2-0.
I wanted Sunderland in the thingy in the Premier League. Actually, that's a
I mean,
shame.
let Luton Town have their time in the Prem. Like, I saw Sunderland basically in the whole of my early childhood in the Prem. Never seen Luton there.
I wanted Sunderland, man. My and then Derby as well in the League One. They just bottled the playoffs as well. So we're gonna have to wait till next year, try and do something special.
Who bought it?
Derby in League One. So because they dropped
Oh yeah,
pretty much Derby dropped from the championship last year because they got deducted like almost 20 points. Otherwise they would have
Rooney
stayed.
was your manager, like.
Yeah. Rooney wasn't too bad. They got deducted so many points that it was inevitable for them to drop. If Derby hadn't been deducted so many points, they would have been middle of the table.
Oh, yeah. Barnet bought the National League playoffs.
Burnley.
Barnet. Yeah. I think Barnet was like fourth or something, and Bournemouth was like the lowest seed. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I
like finish high in the table.
I just can't wait for the game tomorrow. That's the game I can't wait for because this has been mid. Awful football. Pardon me.
You think Ahmad comes back to United next season, or he's sending him on loan again?
Yeah, I was hearing about that, and it's like with Ahmad and Sancho and these guys, like we have 3 right wingers. I don't really know what Senag wants to do with them. And then you also have Palestri. It was that year where we should have signed Sancho. We didn't sign Sancho because the board was incompetent, and then they signed Ahmad and Palestri for no reason. Because the kids weren't even good enough to play for the first team, so they were just like going on loan. So we now kind of pretty much messed up their careers as well.
No, Ahmad's been playing well at Sunderland.
Yeah, no, he's been playing well, and even Palestri's had a few good cameos. But I would bring Ahmad back. Ahmad he has that raw talent that I want to see combined with the likes of Garnacho in my team. And if it doesn't, and then we'll truly know if Ahmad is not built like that. And if Ahmad's not built like that, then I'll be happy to see him go. But as a fan, it'd be a shame for us to not even give him like a full chance in the first team. That's why I was so pissed when Garner left this summer. I feel like Garner was never given a proper chance in the first team.
You say who'd you say?
James Garner. I don't the same thing to happen. I don't the same thing to happen to to Ahmad. The same thing that happened to Garner. Oh. Yo, this Kim J guy wanting to come to United is so random, but I'm so happy for that to happen. Because Kim J and Lisandro Martinez, with a defense that we already have, like we have the best defense in the Premier League this season. It's like this team can really begin to build something special here. And the fact that the player wants to come to United speaks volumes. Bring that guy in and then get the young in the midfield, get a striker, and we go for it next year. I'm not saying we're going to win, but at least we can give it a better shot than we have this year and for the past few years as well.
Yeah, it's the benefit about like, being a big club that even if you're a worse team than the team that other person already at, you're still going to attract big players. Like even when you got Pogba and Zlatan,
Yeah.
these men left like teams that were in like the Champions League quarterfinals, Champions League final,
Yeah.
to come to United to play in the Europa League. Like, the pool that United have is different. Like, even Arsenal don't have it.
Yeah. Crazy pool. If only that pool was backed by trophies. I mean, to be fair, we did win the trophy this year. Yeah, this is appalling. I'm out here staying out all night, streaming for 2 hours. I've got work tomorrow morning, and this game has just been whack.
Do you coach the football team at your school?
Yeah. I had a competition today.
Oh yeah. Well, is that it's like a secondary school, isn't it?
Nah, it's a primary school.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah.
And they come, good ball in. Even a goal right now wouldn't do anything. So
I'm so happy they got rid of away goals, bro.
I'm not because I liked the away goals thing. Not because I think it was like some genius idea, but I just grew up with it, and it kind of like made the tie a bit more interesting.
Amount of times Arsenal have been shafted by away goals before. Do you know the year United? I'm not. I mean, the year Bayern won the treble in 2013.
Yeah.
They went out to away goals and to us in the Champions League round of 16.
To who?
Bayern. Like,
They went out to who?
we were 3-0. We were 3-0 down after the. We were 3-1 down after the first leg at home, and we beat them 2-0 at the Allianz Arena.
Yeah.
Then I remember that was like when I was first like really getting into football. I remember watching the game, and then the full time whistle went, and I asked my brother why there wasn't like any extra times. Like, oh, we went out on away goals. And like from that moment, it's just like
You just hate it.
even after that, like the same thing happened when Monaco when we lost 3-1 at home and then beat them 2-0 away and went out on away goals. It happened like 2 years after that.
Yeah.
Should have. We were talking about Giroud earlier, and he put up a disaster class in the first game. He missed like
Disaster class.
3 saves.
Disaster class is an understatement of how bad this guy was.
What, today or?
No, both legs, especially in that first leg. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on Instagram and when I was eating dinner, and just as we were talking about Giroud, I sent you the post. It was like this was meant to be like a Santi Cazorla like a passing comp, but it ended up just being a Giroud fell comp.
What did you send it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to you on
Let me
Magic.
have a look. Oh, I just seen. Was an underrated Premier League midfielder.
Yaya Toure. I
Cazorla,
mean,
yeah, Cazorla's underrated. Yeah, yo, I had like a top 5 Premier League midfielders of all time. I had Yaya Toure in it, and a bunch of people were like, "Wait, why do you have Yaya Toure in your top 5?" I was like, "Are you dumb? Do you not watch football?"
oh, I have him at 1. I rate him extremely highly.
Like Yaya, like this guy was playing. Was it that 2006, 2007 Barcelona team, an elite team? This guy was playing centre back. He came to the Premier League
Yeah,
that early
kept a
season.
clean sheet as well.
He was playing that elite CDM role, and then there was a year where he scored 20 goals. Like you will never get a more complete midfielder than Yaya Toure. This guy could literally do everything on the football pitch. Bang out
He,
20
he could
goals,
he,
play centre back.
he could play any outfield position.
Yeah. Wrap it up, JVM. Like I said, it's over. Yeah, bro. It's getting worse and worse. Literally any outfield position. He can play the 6. He can play the 8. On a stretch, you could play him as a 10. Centre back.
Take him as a 10.
The only position that I don't have Yaya Toure playing is Wenger, because this man, that's the only position.
Where?
Wenger.
Oh, Wenger. Yeah. I thought you said Wenger because he had a trial at Arsenal. Before, I think it was when he was at Olympiacos before he signed for. Or maybe it was just before he signed for Olympiacos.
Who? Yaya.
Yeah, he had the trial at Arsenal, and then
Okay.
I think he played like a friendly against Barnet, coincidentally, in like pre-season. And we didn't sign him.
Of course you didn't. The amount of L's
Yeah,
Arsenal did. You guys could have had Zlatan. You could have had Ronaldo. Like,
Ronaldo was kind of out of our hands, but like, because I mean, like United wanted him, and there wasn't really much we could do after he played United. We just didn't get it done quick enough. Apparently, Griezmann wanted to come to us in 2013, and then he said he was waiting for Wenger to give him the call. And then nothing happened. And I think that was when we signed Özil, and we hadn't signed anyone. Oh my god! I remember that summer window. Everyone had signed players.
yeah.
And the only 2 signings we made was Sonogo on a free, and then later on we bought like a 50-year-old Flamini for like 200k.
Who?
Remember Flamini, the French like defensive
Oh,
midfielder?
yeah.
I mean, he was a good player, but like when we got him, like he was finished. It was just like a second spell at Arsenal. Second spell at Arsenal, he was tired. I was shocked when we signed Ozil, bro. That was like austerity Arsenal. Like I think before that, our record signing was like Reyes. He was like 17 million, and then we signed Ozil for 42 million.
And that's something from
That
Ozil
was a
as well.
crazy day.
It wasn't Ozil like completely falling off a cliff. It was also like having to move on because there was no longer space at Real Madrid. Ozil was still good, and he came to the Premier League and showed his quality. Bro, AC
Yeah,
Milan couldn't defend a twig. It's pathetic. Yeah, these Tomori and Tihau, poor, poor. Yo, I know Tomori's going up against Teko, who's a difficult player to play against, but Tomori's really showing me that he is not that guy. It's not just been him; it's been the whole defense, but poor defending from all of them.
going back to the underrated Premier League, you say midfielders or just players in general?
Any players, man.
I mean, I don't know if he's underrated but I feel like Czech when he was at Arsenal just got a lot of hate just because he was a Chelsea legend. Like his first 2 seasons, he was actually a really good goalkeeper.
At Arsenal.
Yeah, and then he kind of fell off a cliff during his third season, halfway through his third season. I remember he kept us in the game when we were playing Liverpool at home, and he made like a really bad mistake for the third goal, where they equalised. And after that, he was never the same. Then he was like, that was like when he was finished. Then he started like making mistakes like regularly. We put Leno.
Yo, are you watching the game?
Yeah, I've got both games on.
Bro, did you
Luton.
just see what Theo Hernandez did to Dumfries?
I saw I wasn't really paying attention. I'm paying attention most to the championship game.
Like
I
Theo
saw
Hernandez,
that they had a tackle, but like
it wasn't a tackle. He put his arms around Dumfries, then threw him on the floor, and then Dumfries, when they're falling down, he kind of like grabbed his shorts, and then you could see his ass. Bro, what is this game?
someone said if Lukaku wins the Champions League, he's definitely going to do that. You don't know when Kobe won his first championship and he had like that celebration, no, the picture when he was like by himself in the shower and like wasn't smiling.
Well, Kobe.
It's like this is the most
Yeah.
Lukaku thing to do. And Sunderland are only 1 goal down and there's no away goals, so they can still take it to extra time. Added time's about to start now.
I don't know why they're
Only
giving
4 minutes though.
I don't know why they're giving any added time. Added time, in my opinion, is to give the other team a chance. You could give them
Yeah.
another hour and they wouldn't score a goal. That's how bad it is right now.
You need to have in basketball, like they need to have a similar game clock in football, like the way they operate it. And they need to like stop the ball every time it goes out of play. Or just
Oh yeah. I feel
you
you mean.
use more added time like they do in like they did in the Qatar World Cup.
Yeah, what
Time
did they do in the
wasting
World
is
Cup
like
was yeah.
time wasting is ridiculous. Like
Especially in the World Cup, I think they did it well. Because everyone's watching and you want to maximize viewership. I don't know why they stopped it, honestly. Because people complain that in the like first week or so, but then they got used to it. But like the other time on that England game was crazy. It was like 20 minutes at a time. No one was used to that.
oh yeah, against Iran.
Yeah. That first game we watched it at my college. Everyone was like in the sports hall. It was crazy atmosphere.
Yeah, I remember someone pulled the fire alarm. I had like 2 lessons during it, and then yeah, it started like during the end of period 4. I watched like the first 20 minutes. Then when I was walking to period 5, someone pulled the fire alarm, so we all had to line up. And then when I was walking back to class, I had like 1 AirPod in, so I was like listening to the commentary, and I was watching the game. This game's finished, but yeah, I was watching the.
Yeah, the game is finished, and this AC Milan team is full of bombs.
And when I took my AirPod, I took my phone out and I saw the Bellingham goal. Then I was watching it under the desk in class, and then I think we got to half time. By the time I got out,
is that during the Iran game?
Yeah, during the Iran game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, this is it. AC Milan won. Unlike last week where we said for another like 30 minutes to talk about it, I don't really have much else to say. I think the game kind of speaks for itself. It was a very boring game, and we all know that the winner is going to come out. Sorry, the winner of the Champions League on the 10th of May. Sorry, 10th of June is going to come out of the winner of tomorrow between Real Madrid and
Luton
Manchester City.
The keeper's come up for the corner. Luton on the counter attack. There's no keeper in goal. Luton are gonna. Oh, he's missed it.
He missed it.
Yeah, Luton had an opportunity to kill the tie.
What's the score? What's the score?
It's still like 3-2 on aggregate. It's the keeper had gone
3-2.
up for a
Okay.
corner. They're like a 2-on-1 with a defender chasing them. He shot and
Eh,
hit the side netting.
And what's the time on the game?
There's it's 93-27. So there's technically like just over 30 seconds left of added time. They're probably going to pay more. Oh, Sunderland have the ball. Oh, he's giving it away.
Okay, bro. Hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. See you
Yeah.
tomorrow. Have a good one.
You too. Safe.